The story kicks off in 1968. A guy named Paul drives his girlfriend Iris through the suburbs along a railway, her eyes blindfolded for a surprise. He's taking her to the grand opening of Skyview, a restaurant perched atop a tower with a stunning city panorama. Despite the romantic vibe, Iris is plagued by dark thoughts. She notices a kid fishing coins from a fountain, barely managing a smile for a keepsake photo before they head to the elevator. It's packed, but the operator waves them in. The door jams initially, and a sign warns against carrying more than 8 passengers. The breathtaking view during the ascent doesn't ease Iris's anxiety, especially with an annoying kid stomping on the glass floor, practically begging for a scolding. At the top, they learn Paul's reservation fell through. The contact got fired. Upset, they sneak to the bar posing as guests. The expansive windows make Iris queasy, and the glass dance floor, designed to evoke superiority and vertigo, doesn't help. Navigating through dancers to the restroom, Iris misses a champagne cork, dislodging a chandelier ornament, which cracks the glass floor. Later, Paul lures her to the observation deck above the restaurant to propose. Instead of a simple yes, Iris reveals she's pregnant. After slipping on the ring, they return to celebrate. Leaving, Iris spots the bratty kid tossing a coin off the deck. With the finesse of an ace pilot, the coin spins into the ventilation system, jamming a fan blade. Minutes later, it dislodges, piercing a gas pipe, leaking a flammable mix into the hall. The dancer's stomping creates a resonance, weakening support beams and widening floor cracks. The glass shatters, sending dozens plummeting, just as Iris steps back in time. Her fiancé, Paul, dangles over the abyss, clinging to glass shards, but soon succumbs to gravity. The chaos sparks panic. Guests shove a chef, igniting a woman who runs toward the gas-leaking vent, triggering a massive fire that engulfs half the restaurant. The elevator operator suggests the stairs, but the stampeding crowd collapses the staircase. Only the irksome kid reaches a safe landing. The elevator is the last escape, but it's too small. An impatient old man gets crushed by the doors, and the cable snaps, plummeting the cabin with everyone inside. The restaurant tilts, sending survivors sliding toward intact windows. All but Iris, near the base, perish. By fate's whim, the coin, blasted onto a chandelier, drops onto a piano, tilting it. The instrument barrels down, smashing glass and people, then crushes the troublesome kid below. Iris spots a young boy, son of a singer, still alive. Rushing to him, she's caught as the tower crumbles. She grabs the boy with one hand, her ring finger snagged in rebar, but gravity tears her skin, and they plunge to their doom. This is a nightmare of college student Stephanie, who dozed off during a lecture. Heeding her roommate's advice, tired of her nightly screams, Stephanie visits her ancestral home to ask her grandmother Iris why she relives her vivid death. At home, she meets her brother Charlie and father. Iris is her maternal grandmother, but her mother left years ago. Stephanie and Charlie visit Uncle Howard, Iris's son, who lives with cousins Bobby, Eric, and Julia. Howard reveals Iris kept him and his sister confined for safety until child services intervened. After her husband's death, Iris became obsessed, seeing death's threat everywhere, sending letters with clippings about crashes and gruesome fates. Stephanie finds a box of Iris's letters, including the Skyview photo and an address. She drives to Iris's remote forest home, a survivalist bunker. Iris, wary of visitors, only lets her in after confirming she's family, demanding she empty her pockets. Her door slam dislodges a fire extinguisher from the wall. Confronting Iris, Stephanie realizes her grandmother's sanity has unraveled. Iris speaks to death itself, claiming her vision that day saved many by snatching the kid's coin and warning about the crack. Afterwards, death systematically eliminated those meant to die, including Paul. Years of analyzing odd coincidences led Iris to document death's methods in a book. Diagnosed with cancer, she believes her prophetic gift passed to Stephanie. Iris warns that after her death, her children and grandchildren are next, urging Stephanie to stay hidden to avoid accidents. Dismissing this as delusion, Stephanie tries to leave, but Iris insists on proving her point. She steps outside for the first time in years to hand over her tome. A wind-blown weather vane falls, striking the extinguisher, which flies into Iris's head.
At Iris's funeral, the family, including Stephanie's estranged mother, Darlene, gathers. Avoiding Darlene, Stephanie heads home, while others convene at Howard's. During memorial prep, a glass shatters, its charred landing in an ice bucket. Under a worn-out trampoline, rakes lie unnoticed. When Howard's sons urge him to flip, Darlene spots the rakes and moves them. Julia knocks over a bottle, activating a pump, filling a hose. Stephanie arrives, alarmed after reading Iris's book, fearing for their fate. Her visit distracts Bobby, who steps into the trampoline's hole. The water-heavy hose topples the rakes, starting a lawnmower. Howard steps on glass, piercing his foot, and falls into the blades. After Howard's funeral, Stephanie studies Iris's notes, learning a JB tracked survivors who cheated death and chronicled Skyview survivors' deaths. She realizes a pattern. Survivors and kin die in my dream sequence. She warns her family, believing Eric, Howard's eldest, is next after Iris and Howard. They brush it off. That night, Eric works at a tattoo parlor, cleaning up, blasting music, and running a fan. Planning a tattoo for his dad, he misses the subwoofer's vibrations, toppling a figurine, which nudges a can. Reacting to noise, he bumps a cabinet with his chair, spilling flammable disinfectant. A ceiling chain snags his nose piercing, wrapping around the fan. Climbing to free it, he drops the lamp, igniting the spill. Freeing the piercing, he falls into the flames, which reach more fuel, triggering an explosion. The next morning, worried Eric's phone is off, Stephanie and Charlie visit him. They nearly hit Eric alive, thanks to a leather jacket. He mocks Stephanie's fears, stepping near a garbage truck. Meanwhile, Julia jogs, and during their argument, a sword strikes her head, knocking her into a dumpster, which the truck lifts. Charlie and Eric chase it, while Stephanie climbs in to save her. The press crushes Julia. Post-incident, the family heeds Stephanie. They learn Eric, born out of wedlock, lacks Iris's blood, so he's safe. Bobby is next. To save him, they seek JB, Iris's friend, at a hospital where he's a pathologist, full name William Bloodworth. As a boy, Iris saved him. Their friendship revealed two ways to cheat death: kill another to steal their time, or survive clinical death and resuscitation to reset the clock. While deliberating, Eric suggests clinical death for Bobby. Without Bloodworth, they sneak off. Eric plans an anaphylactic shock via peanut candy, then rush Bobby to ER on a gurney. They buy candy from a vending machine, which jams. Eric has Bobby tilted, nearly toppling it. In an MRI room, they accidentally activate the machine. Bobby eats the candy, and Eric waits for shock. The MRI's magnet pulls Eric's piercings, then the gurney, impaling Eric. Bobby, choking, crawls to Eric's auto-injector, administers it, and stands, but a nurse opens the door, and vending machine springs pierce his skull. Finding their dead kin, survivors realize Darlene is next. They hide in Iris's bunker, where she lives safely for decades. To avoid crashes, Stephanie drives Darlene's RV. They reach the cabin, but locked gates force Stephanie to ram through, stopping near a pond. A fallen object jams her seatbelt. She sends Charlie and Darlene to the house, where death lurks. Faulty wiring sparks, igniting leaves scattered by the wind. A rope, weakened by Stephanie's last visit, snaps, dropping a flower pot that severs a gas hose. Opening the door, a spark ignites a blast. Darlene shoves Charlie clear, but a beam crushes her. The blast flips the RV into the pond, trapping Stephanie belted as water floods in. It's her turn. Charlie dives in, cutting the belt with a knife from a cabinet. Stephanie goes limp, and the screen fades. She wakes outside, revived by Charlie, seemingly breaking the curse. Later, an old lady buying lemonade drops a coin from Iris's book, which Stephanie lost. It rolls, jamming train tracks during a switch. Charlie, prepping for prom with his girlfriend, meets her dad, who notes Stephanie wasn't clinically dead, too little time had passed. They realize the curse persists. A freight train derails due to the coin, barreling toward them, flattening homes. They flee, but logs from the last car end their lives.